All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to really focus in on a player who could be a cap casualty by the LA Chargers. It's wide receiver Mike Williams, right? Can Mike Williams, if he hits the open market, be a good fit for the New York Jets? I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. But Mike Williams right now, like, there's a lot to like. Size, really strong hands, right? He can make plays deep down the field. He's great at making contested catches, right? Especially on the sidelines. He can make plays in double coverage. He's a big play machine, right? You always kind of feel like whenever Herbert gets outside the pocket and he just hucks one deep, that Mike Williams is somewhere down there in the deep parts of the field. He comes down with the football quite a lot, right? When you give him a chance, when you give him that 50-50, Mike Williams, again, a lot like Mike Evans, he really makes a lot of plays. Now, you're looking at Mike Williams, obviously he does bring a lot of positives to the table. He's still relatively young, right, in his prime. Why would the Chargers part ways with him? It's because the Chargers have one of the worst cap situations in the entire National Football League. You look at wide receiver, Keenan Allen's there. He's getting paid a ton. Right, Josh Palmer's there, mid-round pick from Tennessee a couple years ago, who I really, really like. He's really made some splash plays for them, as well as, of course, Quentin Johnston, former first-round pick last year out of TCU. And on top of that, they have the 5th overall pick, and we've seen mock drafts by, some pretty, top-end draft insiders having the Chargers select a wide receiver there. Okay, so they're deep at the position, they're over the cap. They have to figure out ways to get that number down. Of course, they could maybe restructure Mike Williams' contract, but if they outright release him, they would save $20 million against the cap, just releasing him alone. So it begs the question, right, if he's released and he's out there, right, to where he can sign with a team before the start of free agency, should the New York Jets be all over it? And in my opinion, the answer is yes. Now, of course, we have to dive into the other side of the coin here, the negatives when it comes to Mike Williams. I think the thing that just jumps right off the page, right, kind of the elephant in the room, injuries. He's only finished a full season one time in his entire career. And keep in mind, he was drafted back in 2017. So he's been around for a little bit now. In fact, he actually tore his ACL last season. So as much as I wish it wasn't the case, because I do like Mike Williams, the facts are, the reality is, he does get hurt a lot. You just look at the resume, he's always missing time, and it sucks. We look at the New York Jets. How did 2023 go? Horrible. Why? Because of the amount of injuries. Not the only reason, of course. Bad coaching, poor management. Joe Douglas, in my opinion, he just seemed like he was asleep for the entirety of 2023. But injuries played a humongous part in the downfalls of last season. So again, as Jets fans here, at least for me, right? I can't speak for anybody else. For me, when we're targeting injury-prone players, guys that have had multiple injuries, guys that have had, multiple seasons where you're missing games on end, it makes me a little weary, I guess. Hey, can we count on this guy? Can he come be durable, reliable for us? Because we're going to need him. We need more Garrett Wilsons, right? We can't have guys just playing 5 games a year and then just missing the remainder. Oh, out for the season. This guy needs surgery. A lot of the same arguments can be made with David Bakhtiari, right? Bakhtiari has missed a ton of time, being talked about as a cap casualty from the Green Bay Packers. That, to me, I feel like will happen at some point, just based off of the money that the Packers are going to save. I mean, Bakhtiari has had 5 knee surgeries since 2020. He played 1 game last season. Missed 45 games since 2020. So, how much stock, how much, actual dollars do the Jets want to invest in players that have a long track record of injuries? But with Mike Williams, right, the upside is there. You put Mike Williams on this Jets team right now, him next to Garrett Wilson, and keep in mind, he in this scenario that he gets released, he's out there. The Jets could go out and sign him immediately. All of a sudden we can have one of the biggest needs of this football team, wide receiver 2, filled before the start of legal tampering period. That could be huge, right? We would have that position figured out. We would know what the financial situation looks like to actually go out and target offensive linemen. I do like that strategy. I really do. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I don't think it's a for sure, I don't think it's an idea that's going to sit well with everybody. I think some fans would be enthused. Some fans are like, you know what, now I'll pass. I'll go with, Michael Pittman. I'll go with Mike Evans. I'll go with a Calvin Ridley, assuming that all those guys hit unrestricted free agency. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.